And a good Thursday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. I hope you're having a great day so far. He is Big Joe Dew, and I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos back at the studio. We are live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines today, and I look like I'm about to play the piano.
You are, man.
We got the setup today, but we have a special guest coming up at 1, so I was like, I'll just set this up and rock and roll.
It looks pretty good, man. So, yeah, always back. Love to be back at our home here at the Omni National Hotel at Bar Lines, and a nice little crowd. I love when we get on the stage and people start like, what is that going on over there? Just the best radio show ever, people.
Are you guys going to play music? Or are you going to have a podcast?
Man knows what he's talking about. All right.
We're live in living color on the radio, so that's where we are.
Yeah, so what a night, man. CMA parties all across the city last night.
Yeah, what time did you get home?
Got home at 5 this morning.
Yeah, I rolled in around 4:30.
We closed out you're going to hurt your neck doing that, by the way. We closed out parties all across the city, ended up at Waffle House over there off of Pennington Bend, and got home at 5, few hours to the gym, and now we're here. Yeah. What a night, man.
What time did you sneak out of Silverado's? I saw Dr. Crane.
About 1. I got out of there. Yeah, I hitched a ride with John Conley.
Okay.
Back up to the Nashville Palace, and then did a little two-stepping, and we electric slide last night, and saw the Gatlin brothers were there, and Rudy, Steve, and Larry. It was a good time, man.
Vince did the pop-in, but he didn't stay.
Yeah, he was busy. He had stuff to go get out of there. So it was good, and then Marty Stewart came up to me, and I was like, it's Dutch Mantel. And he's like, shut your mouth. And then we had a few words and rolled off. But it was a good night. Nashville was alive last night, so it was a good time.
Yeah, it was. The CMA is always a lot of fun. And I watched the end. Congratulations to Vince Gill for winning the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award. Very well deserved.
Friend of the show.
He is a friend of the show, and absolutely adore that man. So that is very cool for him. Lainey Wilson, Entertainer of the Year, which, I mean, she has this is now 2 for her. So she is the queen of country music right now.
Connection, too, because her fiance, former Samford University quarterback, played with the Steelers for a little bit.
There you go.
I think he's a coach at CPA, too, as well.
Nice.
And they play Brentwood Academy tomorrow night to go to the state championship. So we're all connected, people. We're some weird way we're all connected.
We're a little, I mean, good luck to Ingle Martin and CPA, but we're a little mad at them because they took out our guy, Tim.
Well, as Tim Houseback will say, should have played harder.
Yeah. Well,
right? That's how it goes.
That is what it is.
But we are excited. Who's going to join us at 1 o'clock here today?
Yes. Let's just go in order. 12:30 today, an absolute legend, Rick Insell, the women's basketball coach at MTSU. They are playing the Lady Vols.
Yep, down to Murfreesboro tonight.
Yep. So he's going to join us at 12:30. Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton will be on site with us here at the Omni at 1 o'clock. Going to spend the hour with him, talk about, obviously, he's got his annual event coming up, so we'll get into that. And who knows what else with Scott. And then 2 o'clock, as usual, Greg Wyshynski from ESPN, talk some hockey with him.
And then we'll finish out at 2:45 with celebrity birthdays. Our man Brandon Bigsby, which I call him, he's just now Brando.
Okay, Brando.
Brando did a great job yesterday in your place.
Okay, good.
And but Nick beat him. Congratulations, Dr. Crane. Took him down. So yeah, proud of you, buddy. I mean, you got to beat the guys who fill in, and you did a good job yesterday.
So I love when I pull something up on Twitter that makes me laugh when we start the show. Kudos to the Atlanta Falcons for tweeting this out. 8 years ago today, and they posted the video, the MARTA bus pulled up to the Georgia Dome.
The Falcons tweeted that out?
Yes.
Isn't there more important things they need to be worrying about besides that video from 8 years ago, which is pretty funny?
Oh, it's hilarious. They're blowing up the Georgia Dome, and the bus pulls up.
And that cameraman starts yelling, move, move, and the bus driver's waving, and you sit right there, and it just misses one of those iconic moments of the Georgia Dome imploding and all that. God, that's 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Man, that is crazy.
Brooks Bratton of the Nashville Predators saying that Roman Yossi is on the ice for practice today, skating with Nick Hague. So that's good. Maybe the captain could return Saturday night when they take on Colorado.
All right. It seems because they played Sunday morning out in Sweden. It's just 5 days off, which is good. I mean, some time off.
I think they needed it. And you know, you guys played Nick Hague yesterday, talking to him.
Yep.
Did you play Nick Hague?
We did play Nick Hague.
Right?
Right, Dr. Crane?
Yes, we did.
Nice. I feel like listening to that, he just slid halfway across the room to answer.
We did. We played it. We teased it and played it at 2:30 yesterday.
Nice,
We're
yeah.
always going to play an interview with the Nashville Predators.
But yeah, I mean, I think they needed that break. I'm really curious because today at 4:00, Barry Trotz is going to join DVD, and I have a feeling that's going to be a spirited discussion, and him talking about where they are right now. Elliot Friedman will join after that at 5, but I'll be curious to hear what Barry has to say. As American Thanksgiving approaches, and obviously some things got to change when it comes to the play on the ice with the Predators.
What's the schedule? I know they got Saturday. Are they home Monday?
Hang on.
I always like the schedule because everybody comes to town and everyone wants to see a Preds game.
Yeah, I mean, it's the week of Thanksgiving is always different. So they play Saturday, and then yes, they're back Monday against the Florida Panthers. They're on the road Wednesday and Friday at Detroit and Chicago, back in Smashville. Saturday night, the 29th, against the Winnipeg Jets.
Good. So it's a Saturday because that Saturday at 2:30 is Vandy, Tennessee. Get done with that game, and go watch the Preds.
Yep.
Good. All right. So Saturday and Monday.
Yeah, so they have 5 games in a week starting Saturday.
Okay. Get it done. Get her done.
Yeah.
Win games. Still in it. Still, I mean, there's time to get some points and gobble them, make things happen.
Yeah, you got to make some stuff
What
happen.
time's the game Saturday? 7:30? 7?
7.
7:30. 7, yeah. I remember when the game started, was it 9, that one game? Or
8:30.
8:30.
Yeah.
And that was the game when Fisher did the double
triple
overtime.
It was
the triple overtime?
I think I walked out of that building at like 2:15.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember because we did TV and we were done sometime in the early hours of the morning, and so it was great, man.
Saturday night is Hockey Fights Cancer Night, which we'll obviously talk about with Scott. But really cool. Yesterday, it was unveiled that UC Saros is going to wear a mask, and he is going to honor 4 members of the Predators organization that have been affected by cancer, including Craig Partner Baugh, Sheila Crisp, Lexi Rogers, who is the daughter of Pete Rogers, and the late, great Aaron Donick. And
Beautiful.
He has their picture on the mask, which is cool.
Ah, it's beautiful. Good. That's it's always a special night and a special moment.
Yeah. So really cool. We got wind that was going to happen, and Willie sent it to us all yesterday, and obviously emotional for him and his kids, but also a great way. And those of you that know Aaron know that she would be all about it.
Right.
So,
yeah. And that drawing, holy cow, man. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Could you do that?
No.
If I task you to draw a picture of how beautiful Aaron was, could you do that?
I could not.
I mean, I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm sorry. I'll take care. You do that. But it's beautiful. I mean, it's like perfect. I mean, all the faces on the side of the helmet is just really, really cool.
I feel like I'm adjusting the mic stand. All right, I'm going to play my new one.
You look like when Will Ferrell did that skit on Saturday Night Live, he was the school teacher and had the lady stood next to him. You had the microphone right there. What you are. All right, you ready for our question of the day?
I am ready for this.
All right, our question today. Thank you, Rick Merritt. We love you. Thank you for sending the question this way. Normally we don't take questions from the audience, but we did today. So our question today is, let's have some fun with this.
He was nice to you, so that was
if the Tennessee Titans were a chain restaurant, what chain restaurant would the Tennessee Titans be? If the Tennessee Titans were a chain restaurant, what chain restaurant would the Tennessee Titans be? And go. Yeah, we Googled. There's a lot of chain restaurants that are out there, and they're all funny, but we need to know why. Don't pick a certain restaurant to say it. We need to know why. 615-737-1025. Call or text. We love it.
This is going to be good. I need to think on it for a second, but I can't wait to see some of these answers. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And, of course, our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at AriesTactical.com. Went over there the other day. It was a lot of fun. Went through a class.
Did you?
Got on the range.
Is it more fun without me?
Yes. They were asking where you were.
I had the time of my life at Aries Tactical.
They were asking.
I had the time of my life.
I took a class, like, for about an hour, like a safety class. And I said, so basically everything that Big Joe did is what I should not do. And they said yes.
They were great. The patience they showed with us was next level. But that was
the
very
patience they showed with you was next
You're
level.
part of it. You got on the action too, man.
I did, yeah.
We were a couple of cops cracking some skulls out in the world, making
Yeah.
things happen. So, I'm Scott Hamilton right now.
But it was fun. It was definitely cool to go out there and hit the range and all that. But our question of the day.
So nothing comes to mind?
Oh, there's several that come to mind.
I mean, a good default is like the Waffle House.
Yeah.
But the Waffle House, the Waffle House is only good because you have a cook that breaks up fights and will also fight you and then holds the door open for you as you leave with a cigarette. I mean, that's what you need.
I'm going to go way back, and I'm going to see if you know this place and if others. They're Stuckies.
Yeah.
They just stick around, but nobody really knows what they are anymore.
What's the best thing you get from Stuckies was a pecan log.
Yep.
And you get a lot of those, right?
No.
Log. Yeah, Stuckies. I think there's a couple that are coming back, right? I think the daughter took over, and they're building those back up. So that's it. If the Titans were a chain restaurant, what would they be?
615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. We're up and running here on this Thursday live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. You know, we spent a lot of time on our show talking about mental health, and we're going to keep doing that. And we're so grateful for all the men who have reached out in the last 2 years, but we got a lot of work to do. We're not going to stop resting, telling you how better our world is because you are here to get so much to live for. Unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend or a loved one who has suffered from depression and is no longer with us. That is why we've partnered with the Unity Psychiatric Care, just a beautiful place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well, and it works. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there will be a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. So many have reached out to us. Now we've got a great partner that cares about you. And listen, this is important. You don't have to go through any of this alone. It's private, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. You don't even have to leave your house to get help. And yes, they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002, 1-888-508-8002. Also, if you have a loved one who needs to talk and you're worried, you could be that person that changes their world. You can also go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe tab, and you'll see Unity Psychiatric Care information. Help is just around the corner, and this is so important. You don't have to go through any of this alone.
Thank you, Dr. Crane. Good job. Chase and McJoe 105 the game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Thank you very much. Here at Bar Lines. Our question of the day, Joe.
Yeah.
That's your line.
If the Titans were a chain restaurant, which chain restaurant would the Tennessee Titans be? 615-737-1025. Let us know what chain restaurant would the Titans be if they were one.
Kalina on our on Twitter said put a picture up of Po Folks, which made me laugh. The text line is just I'm going to try and get to all of these because there are a ton of them. 2758 Crystal, only good when you're drunk. William O'Charlie's old rolls and all. We got another one for Po Folks. 1503 Taco Bell because they are also out of something. Neil says Hooters because their organization is run by a bunch of boobs.
Oh, yes.
That's a good one. Grigsby says Crystal. It always hangs around, even though everyone knows it's not very good. I like Crystal. Joey in Nashville. They would be Jack in the Box, constantly changing the menu and the food still sucks.
Oh, that's well done.
Keith says Mr. Gaddy's because they're non-existent. Jason in Murfreesboro, the Titans would be Crystals because they are gut busters.
That's a good one.
Joey and Gallatin, Ponderosa, because we all have fond memories of being there and having a good time with family. Just like the restaurant, they just up and disappeared one day with no signs of returning. TD from Nashville, got to go with Uncle Bud's in honor of Bud Adams. That's a good one.
That is a good one. That's yeah. I need to know more. I want more from that. Like,
the next two 6638. Shoney's, they're local and have languished near death for years, but just keep hanging on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Ben on the phone line. He wants to weigh in on our question of the day. Ben, what you got?
Gentlemen, it's real simple. They would be Steak and Shake, and it's for two reasons. A, Steak and Shake has stuff on their menus that doesn't go together, just like most of these players that they got on team, like the chili spaghetti. And two, because the food sucks and their product sucks.
There you go.
Pretty simple. Thank you.
Let's B-Man says it's definitely Taco Bell because they both make me want to crap. Hard to stomach.
I like so far it's Crystal. I like the Crystal one. Crystal looks good far away and at the moment, but the next morning
everybody Wes in Clarksville says Crystal. Chris and McEwen, Chick-fil-A. The reason is because they definitely need to eat more beef to get bigger and faster and stronger. And there's always a long wait if you're a Titan fan for something to cheer about, the same as the long-ass line at Chick-fil-A. Except the Titans don't tell you my pleasure.
Also, a more quicker one than that would have been, like Chick-fil-A, the Titans are closed on Sunday.
That's pretty good.
Yep, there you go.
9912 has two of them. Chili's, like our scoring, because it's gone chilly. Hooters, their talent is fake. That's good. Another for Shoney's. Tommy, they'd be Logan's. Used to be good, but went to ass.
Oh.
I don't even know where Logan's is anymore.
There's one off of Music Valley Drive.
Okay.
But did they still give peanuts?
I don't know.
I'd go in there and get a handful of peanuts, and then, is there one still on Elliston Place?
Nope.
That's gone too?
That's at Edley's.
Okay. Need to get out more.
Let's see. Can't read that one. 3337. What's the one where all the waiters are a-holes to you when you're spending your money?
Oh, Dick's Last Resort.
Yeah. That's on second out.
That's right. That's a good one.
Yeah. Robert and Spring Hill, the Titans are a franchise that once was really good, never the best, but a solid place to visit because of bad management and poor decision making. It has been run to the ground and no longer operational. The Tennessee Titans are Mr. Gaddy's.
I love Mr. Gaddy's back in the day.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
I had birthday parties there.
Oh. Sorry, buddy.
And what was the other place?
Godfather's Pizza, Sir Pizza.
No. Kids my age would know. What's it called?
Red Robin.
No, it had like arcade and like the rat that dressed
Chuck E.
up.
Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah.
I got it on the rat that dressed up. That place has been hanging around for decades.
Justin says Long John Silver's. The Titans are irrelevant, just like trying to find one in Tennessee.
Oh, I forgot all about Long John Silver's.
Let's see. Not gonna read that one. Al said Al wants to pass along. Big Joe, I was at all of those made-up after parties and did not see you at any of them. None of the breakfast tacos were eaten. You have lost all credibility and respect with me.
I was at every party last night. I was at every single party. You know, ask Lori Morgan who she made out with at 2 a.m.
Hank Jr. drove you home, right?
That was Sammy Kershaw.
Oh, Sammy Kershaw.
He's an Uber driver.
Yeah,
now.
nice.
So, yeah, it was a good time.
Well, if Amy was at the game in her box suite, the franchise would be Jack Ass in the Box.
See, we can have fun through the misery of this 1-9 football team.
0247 Sabaro's Pizza, just good enough to satisfy the hunger. And then also Fazoli's. Looks Italian, but we know it's not.
Hey, watch your mouth, Fazoli's.
I like Fazoli's.
Are there Fazoli's left?
There's a few.
Okay.
There's a few.
All right. That's
I think we already have our guest on.
You want to take him or
let's go. We'll go ahead and do that. We won't leave Coach waiting. Let's go to Coach Rick Insell, who is called in now, the fine coach of the women's team at MTSU. Coach, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
How you doing?
Running wide open.
Hey, that's how we like it. I know we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. You got a big one tonight with the Lady Vols coming to town in Murfreesboro. I know you got to be excited to take on an SEC opponent.
Oh well, we pretty much play the SEC all year long. I mean, really, 21 years that I've been here, we made it a point that we schedule some of those programs, and we win some, we lose some, but can't win them if you don't schedule them.
What have you seen from your group to this point? I know you're coming off a loss to Rice, a close one, your first of the or second of the season. But what have you seen from your group to this point?
Well, I'm pretty excited about them. We're very, very young. I mean, we finished the game at Rice with 4 freshmen and a sophomore on the floor, and the whole night when we subbed out with freshmen. And so we've said all along that every week we seem to be getting better. We had a chance at one time during that game with about 3 minutes to go. We went 1 up, and then we got a bad call, and it followed up by another bad call there. So, we get those 2 breaks. Who knows? We could have won that game. That would have been big for us. But right now, I'm pretty excited about what I got. They're very coachable. They don't know that they're young, and they just get out there and play their hearts out.
That's pretty good. We're talking to MTSU women's basketball coach Rick Insell. Coach, what does it mean to have Tennessee come to Murph Center for you? Because I know it's, a lot of these teams, come play us, but to have them come here, what does that mean for you and the program and for the university?
Well, I think one thing, Joe, is the fact that we'll play anybody, and you know that, as long as they'll come back and play. I've never had a bye game since I've been here. I don't want a bye game. We'll come and play. We'll go anywhere in the country and play. But what I want to reward our fan base. I want you to come back in here. I want our fan base to see some of the best basketball in the country. And when we do that, the way we do it, it brings in, and we can go down the pike of all the great teams that we've had in Murphy Center, top 5, and even number 1 in the country. And, like I said, we've won some of them and we've lost some of them. But, again, you got to schedule them to be able to win one of them.
What do you see early on from the Lady Vols that you need to stop tonight with them? Because I know the season's just barely getting underway, but what do they do well that you got to stop tonight on the Lady Vols?
Well, they rebound the ball extremely well, and they put a lot of pressure on you full court. Now, if we can handle the pressure and we can rebound, I feel like we stay in the game with them. You know, they've got a very athletic team. They're well coached. They've got some of the best female players in the country on that team. And, you know, our girls know that. I mean, they played with them through EYBL, through all the travel team programs. So it's not like the first time that our players have seen some of those players because, you know, they know when we started going through the scout, they were able to point out some of the positives, some of the negatives of each player.
The game at 6:30 Murphy Center tonight. Lady Vols come take on MTSU. Coach, I know you've played UT since Pat Summit has passed away, but it's still, I know how close you were with her, but I mean, it's still, when you look over there for half a second, just think about the battles you had with her throughout your career, because I know she meant the world to you.
Well, Pat and me were very close, very, very close. She started at Tennessee when I started. Well, she really started in 75 at Tennessee. I started in 77 in Shelbyville. So we kind of came up through the ranks. I built into our high school program there, and her building the University of Tennessee. So we were at a lot of clinics together. We were at a lot of, and plus she was involved in the horse business. She married R.B. Summit. His daddy and mama had a barn in Bedford County. They were in the horse business, so she spent a lot of time there. And in spending a lot of time there, of course, I spent a lot of time with her. And my wife and her became very, very close. And, you know, when she got her divorce, one of the first people that she drove from Knoxville, she drove to Middle Tennessee just to sit Deb and me down and let us know what was going on. So it is a little emotional, to be honest with you, Joe, because, you know, I still miss her. I think the world still misses her. And I know the women's basketball game misses her. But, you know, she built that program there, and she really, really did a lot to help just to help the basketball world. You know, one of the big things that all the coaches want to say now, we want to grow the game. We want to grow the game. Well, Pat Summit grew the game. And, you know, I'm proud to say that I'm one of her friends.
What advice did she give you when you took the job at Middle?
Well, one of the last times we were together, I got a butt chewing from her because she said I wasn't writing my name correctly, that I was too sloppy in writing my name. If I was going to be the head coach at Middle Tennessee State, I had to learn to write better. So she gave me a lot of advice. But the last time we were together, it was about signing my name and stuff.
That is absolutely fantastic. Coach, you mentioned being a young team. Who has you got one senior, who has stepped up, or what girls have stepped up to show you leadership with such a young team early on in this season?
Well, it's been several. Blair Bogus from Wayne County. I think a lot of people have been surprised with her. We haven't been. Macy Piper out of Mississippi. Savannah Davis out of the state of Tennessee. You know, Carson out of the Knoxville Maryville area. I just go on and on. You know, we've had there's been several just stepped up at different times, and it wouldn't surprise me tonight. Let me tell you something. If all of them decide tonight they want to play ball, it's going to be one heck of a game. I can tell you that right now.
What do you need from the fan base?
Well, right now, I was told we had over 10,000 people here, so they're going to be here. So, you know, another 1,000 show up, it's going to be pretty neat. But it's going to be neat anyway. But I don't have to say anything to our fan base. No, they're just as loud as anybody in the country. And, you know, we've been in the top 20 fan bases in the country in the last 10 years. So, you know, they'll be rowdy. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I love it. Coach, before we let you go, Rick Insell, head basketball coach at MTSU, is on with us. You have a player that's 6'10". Is that correct?
It is.
And I'm curious how at 6'10", what, you know, how do you coach her? What do you have to teach her? I mean, 6'10" is pretty tall, right? I mean, even for a guy, but for a female, I think.
Yeah.
How do you approach a game with her different with her?
Well, the big thing right now with Nikki is the fact that she probably needs another year, and she's working hard. I've really been happy the way she's worked in practice. You know, we got to get her a little bit more mobile inside. she catches the ball. We got to get her where she's finishing. But I'm pretty happy with her right now. But, as far as being an impact this year, she's not going to be. But can she be an impact before she leaves here? Absolutely.
Well, I asked because I go back one time when Bobby Knight had Uwe Blob on his team. Uwe Blob was 7'2", and somebody said he hadn't played much basketball. It's like, how do you approach this? And Bobby Knight said, I can't teach him to be 7'2", but I can teach him to play basketball. Is this kind of the same thing?
Kind of the same thing, Joe, to be honest with you. We're working every day. I'm very fortunate to have the coaches I've got, Tom Hodges, Matt Insell, my son. He's the associate head coach. Kim Bruton, been in the game for so long with her, even with her dad. She's raised in the game. Nina Davis, which is Jersey retired down at Baylor. I just been very, very fortunate and to have these guys around and to have them work with our players that we got every single day. Our big thing now is that we work with them to get them where they need to be, is to keep people from coming in and poaching them, to be honest with you.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, Chase and I are alumni of Middle Tennessee, and we hope you kick ass tonight, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm all for it, baby.
All right, Coach.
Coach, thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you.
Yeah. Coach Rick Insell joining us on the program, and again, 6:30 tonight.
6:30
at the Murph.
10,000 packed in. That'd be awesome.
Lady Vols and the Lady Raiders.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It'll be fun. Going to be really cool. We'll continue with more coming up next, including our question of the day, which is what chain restaurant are the Tennessee Titans?
Yes.
And we'll talk receivers as well, because I really think they got one option.
If you have any receiving experience, call the Titans and say, hey, I'd like to go out and try out for this football team.
I will let them know what Derek Mason's buyout is. So.
All right.
We'll see. We'll go from there. It's Chase and McJoe live at the Omni, 102.5 The Game. 2-5 the game here on this Thursday. We're live at Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines.
So our good friend Scott Hamilton's here.
Yes.
And then the entire Bar Lines is looking at him like, is that who I think it is?
Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton.
We don't get that kind of reaction. We got like, oh God, these guys are here again.
Yeah,
Scott gets hey, look at what's going on here. They love you, Scott, by the way.
So he'll join us here in a few minutes.
Yep.
We'll have him up on the stage. Appreciate Coach Rick Insell for joining us. Took a little break from our question of the day. We'll jump back in on that. Eric wants to weigh in now. Eric, what's up?
Hey, guys. One thing real quick. Kenny the Mailman reminded me of a celebrity story. I told him I forgot to, but I won't do it today involving Drew Pearson. I'll do that another day. But
okay.
I've got three. My first one is Captain D's, a seafood restaurant. This is a restaurant, a team that's taking on water and everybody's bailing. Number two, Subway. This team is definitely underground. And the last one, Domino's, which is involving dice, and it's a team that constantly shoots craps and has snake eyes.
Eric, look at you, Eric. Appreciate you, buddy.
Take care now.
All right.
That was good. Doug wants to answer our question of the day. What's up, Doug?
Yeah, guys, I've got a chain. It's called Chester's Chicken. You pull into a market and you pay the king's ransom for some cheap chicken. Just like the Titans put up on the East Bank, pay out the bottom for a PSL and watch the cheap football.
Chester's Chicken. We're writing it down. I thought that was doing a whole other angle, but thank you there. Chester's Chicken.
No. It's cheap chicken, just like the Titans. PSL is expensive, but you watch the cheap football.
Thank you.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Thank you, Eric. More from our text line, 615-737-1025. By the way, Scott, I was talking about Chuck E. Cheese, and he said it was called Showbiz Pizza back in the day. I remember that now.
Weren't they separate?
I think they merged.
Oh, great.
But that's
what we needed, those two merging.
There was one in the Bellevue Mall.
Showbiz Pizza was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And that creepy-ass band that would anywhere you move, they'd stare at you the whole time.
Well, I love remember the Simpsons kind of made fun of that?
Yeah.
And it was like, you're the birthday, the birthday, boy or girl.
Showbiz Pizza.
Was that Wally?
My
like
gosh.
JC and Goodlettsville, Titans or Cracker Barrel, both born in Middle Tennessee. Both are going through an identity crisis. Jeffrey Simmons is Uncle Herschel. Is he in or is he out? And we got rocking chairs for our defensive backs. So they watch the other team's wide receivers run by.
And there's not a checkers joke in there? Come on. Oh, you almost had me. I needed a checkers joke.
Jeff says they're the hungry farmer. Indulge till you puke.
Good Lord.
I
do like the Cracker Barrel thing is really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Jason took yours, Chick-fil-A, because they're closed on Sunday.
That's the obvious one.
There's like 3 in a row that we're saying that.
Yes, love it.
McDonald's, because the one thing you go for there isn't working, the ice cream machine. Just like the Titans offense.
Oh, it's perfect.
That's fantastic. In and out 2104. In and out. I tune in, then I tune out.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Not bad.
Oh, this is good. Chad says McDowell's, generic McDonald, like our generic NFL team.
Yeah, they got the Big Mac. We got the Big Mick.
What was McDowell's in?
Coming to America.
Yeah, that's right. Josh and Donaldson says the Titans are Bubba Burgers.
What is that?
I know that's a thing you buy at the store, but I didn't know if it was
I don't know,
chain or not.
Don't take that one. Well, it could be different. Dr. Crane, is that different?
It is the Clay. Give me one moment.
Okay.
You weren't supposed to say his name. I wasn't going to take it. But that's okay.
Beetlejuice. Well, we got the other guy that calls in that doesn't. That's good.
Yeah. That's so funny. 615-737-1025. He's running out of time. He's got 30 seconds. Otherwise, we're not taking his call.
That's right.
Thomas in Nashville says Fuddruckers because we ass.
Oh, Fuddruckers was good back in the day, right?
Got to say that really slowly.
Yes.
All right, Clay, what's up?
Boys, how we doing?
We're great. How
Good,
are you?
pal.
So I hear that I'm supposed to answer if the Titans were a restaurant chain, what were they supposed to be, right? What would they be, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
That's a good one. I'd have to think about that one for a few minutes.
So
How about
why-
a few seconds?
For my own protection, I didn't show up today. I think Ricky's mad at me. I had stuck my foot in my mouth the other day. I couldn't believe that I had forgotten that John Merritt died years ago.
Okay. All right.
It's
You
all
take that up
good.
with Ricky.
It's all good. It's all good. We got to run, Clay. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you.
All right.
Oh boy. Coming up next, we're going to bring Scott Hamilton up and talk about everything going on with him, including his annual event, which is always fun. We'll do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni, 102.5 The Game. Chase a Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. We're at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, and coming up on Sunday, an annual event that we're always excited to promote, the Scott Hamilton and Friends, benefiting Scott Hamilton Cares Foundation, coming up at Bridgestone Arena Sunday at 4 o'clock. You can go to the Bridgestone Arena box office or bridgestonearena.com to get your tickets. And Scott Hamilton, Olympic gold medalist, joins us now. Scott, good to see you, my friend.
Oh, it's so great. This is awesome. I just love coming downtown. I don't do it very often.
I haven't heard too many people say that lately.
No, it's like, Preds games, things like that. It's always fun to come down. But generally, I got kids and I got all these things, and I've got I'm at the airport every day, it seems, but it's like, come downtown and see how vital it is and see how vibrant. It's really fun to see what Nashville's become over the last 19 years since I've lived here.
It is you've definitely seen some growth. That is for sure. But I know this is an event that we love to help you promote, that comes up every year, and you got a great cast. Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon, Mike Reno from Loverboy, Wally Palmer of the Romantics, Jason Sheff of Chicago, John Elefante was with Kansas, Jason Derlicata of Journey, Six Wire, who we see all the time at Preds games. The music's going to be awesome.
The music is spectacular, and that's kind of in all of our market research back in the day. It's like with our skating audiences, it's like what's really important to you, what really makes you enjoy the show, and it's always been they love to know the music. They love to be familiar with the music. They don't have to do the deep sort of climb of having to kind of understand what's happening in front of them while they're watching these skaters. So to have familiar music matched with a familiar skater, it really creates a whole nother level of magic, especially live. It's, the skaters love it. The musicians are only on a 4-inch riser at the end of the ice, so they have the best seats in the house.
Right.
And we have to rehearse it because the stuff the skaters do right in front of them take their breath away. And when they get kind of like, they lose their place sometimes. So we have to rehearse it so that they don't get lost and so they don't get mesmerized and distracted by the skating. And it really is a great marriage of movement and music. And it's just, if you've never seen skating live like that, especially we turn Bridgestone Arena into a theater.
Yeah.
We take the glass out, we cover the boards, we put, seats all the way down to the ice. So there's no barrier, there's no obstruction. It's just skating, performance, music, ice, and the audience is right there on top of everything. And it's just magic.
How many years now?
This is our 9th one here. We did 18 in Cleveland. We did 3 in Knoxville. And this is our 9th one in Nashville. But what makes Nashville so unique is it's such a music town that we do multiple artist performances. Back in the day, we'd have one artist and we'd do their set list for the show. And it made it kind of fun. It was really great. We had so many remarkable people over the years, Aretha Franklin, and we had Liza Minnelli one year, and we had Cyndi Lauper and Michael Bolton and Michael McDonald. And we had so many artists over the years. It was just spectacular. And then it was all their set list. And then we'd go to Knoxville and we did a faith-based show there. We had Amy Grant one year, Mercy Me one year, and Michael W. Smith another year. And that was beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
But Nashville is just, you want to hear the songs, you just want to hear the songs. And so over the years, we've had, country artists, we've had faith-based artists, rock and roll artists. We've had just name it. And they've been on our stage, and it's just really cool that especially this year, because this is, these are my people, right?
Yeah.
When I grew up listening to all these songs, it's like, I would have sold everything I had to get a backstage pass to any of these artists.
Right.
And now I get to produce them. It's like, this is so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's start the genesis of this. For those that don't know, you had cancer.
Yes.
And take us through the journey where you thought you would not see the next day.
Well, it started before that. It started, my mother succumbed to her cancer. She had metastatic melanoma breast cancer, diagnosed in 75, and she passed in 77. And then it was right after she passed that I decided that I had to grow up because I was, an 18-year-old little jerk. And then I was underperforming. It was just, I was distracted and I putting all the wrong things in all the wrong things. And her death sort of focused me. And I thought, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to be the person that she sacrificed everything to be. I'm going to be that skater that she always thought I could be. And I'm going to start raising money for cancer research. So right out of the gate, we started doing these. Right out of the gate, I ended up going from 9th the last year that she saw me skate to now being 3rd in the country and 11th in the world the next year, just based on loving her and trying to honor her. And I was in the Olympics in Lake Placid. And all those years, we're raising money for cancer research. We'd go back to Bowling Green, Ohio. We'd sell out the arena in like 5 minutes, and we'd raise $25,000. And then Olympic year, we raised $75,000 because I talked at the 84 Olympics, I talked Rune Arledge into sending ABC to Bowling Green to cover the event. We're at the bar at the Bosna Hotel in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia. And I go, Rune, I just got 2 words for you. And he goes, what? I go, Bowling Green. And he goes, what's Bowling Green? I go, it's like my last amateur performance. You got and so Dick Button was there. They were all there. It was really cool. And we raised $75,000. I think this is really awesome. And then I was skating in Denver, and we decided to put on a show there post-Olympics. It was in May. Sold it out clean with the Denver Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
They took half the proceeds. We took the other half. So we split $500,000. So $250,000 went straight to cancer research. And now I'm crack addicted to raising money for cancer research. And so I would just do that wherever I could. And then 20 years after I lost my mom, I'm on tour with Stars on Ice, and I couldn't stand up straight anymore. So I went to an emergency room in Peoria, and the doctor there said, we found a mass.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, that's exciting. And he said, what do you mean? I go, well, no. I mean, look at me. No one ever used the word mass in description of me before. This is kind of a big deal. And he goes, no, this is serious. And I don't know if it's benign, malignant, or something else, but you need to take care of this right away. And it was in that moment that I realized that I'm being diagnosed with the same disease that killed my mom. So the fear was just unbelievable. I saw myself suffering, succumbing, and then I thought, I'll never skate again. And I was like, why am I thinking about that? And it's like, and then you don't know how it happens, but I've talked to a lot of cancer survivors where this has happened, and it's that fear that's staring you square in the face flips almost to an opposite emotion of power, clarity of mission, and courage, and I heard a cancer survivor once say in a speech, courage is only fear that said its prayers, right? And what is courage without fear, right?
Yeah.
So that it was like, okay, game on, let's go. I'm going to be, I know I got something to face, and I know I got something to go through, but I'm going to be back on tour next year. And I was. 4 months of chemotherapy, 38 staple surgery, and I learned what it was like to go through cancer. And I was like, this isn't fair. We need to fix this. So what we did was, I asked my doctor, how sick am I going to get with chemo? And he said, moderate to severe. And I said, well, what does that look like? And he said, moderate to severe. And so I said, okay, I need to get that information from someone. And then I went on Dr. Google like everyone does, and I couldn't find anything but medical journal papers with 12-syllable words, and it's sometimes 3 to a sentence. And it's like, I'm too dumb to be sick. This is not fair.
Right.
So first thing we did was we created a mentorship program where we paired newly diagnosed patients with survivors. It's called the Fourth Angel Mentoring Program. It's thriving. It's at the Cleveland Clinic at the Taussig Cancer Center in Cleveland, and they pair 100 people a month. And it's caregivers, pediatric caregivers, and newly diagnosed patients with survivors. And it's unique information that you can't get anywhere else. The other thing we did was we created chemocare.com, which is a website where if you're going to go through chemotherapy, you go on chemocare.com. It'll explain how it's infused, the process of infusion. It explains every single chemo drug that exists. It lists them all, and it explains each and every single one of them and how they work in 8th grade English and Spanish.
Love it.
And then at the end of the description, it gives all the associated side effects where now you can link to a side effects page where it teaches you how to manage your side effects in 8th grade English and Spanish.
So this all came about with your journey.
Yeah.
I needed to know this, and now
it all happened through CARES. We took some seed money that I got from doing a performance on CBS, a comeback show, and we put that into the Cleveland Clinic, and they said, let's build an infrastructure around this.
Beautiful.
And so we changed the way people go through cancer. I was doing a speech recently for oncology nurses, and I was talking about chemocare.com, and there was probably about 100 people in the room, and a couple of them looked up, and I was like, do you guys ever use chemocare.com? Every hand went up.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't stop crying because it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me that the greatest gifts given are to those that will never know the origin of that gift, right? So they didn't know where chemocare.com came from. And I don't care if they know,
Yeah.
but it was just one of those cool things where it's like, it's actually getting into the hands that can really impact the next person's journey. But now, as a dedicated foundation for the last 11 years, we've just been laser focused on let's just elevate the whole research thing. Let's do everything we can to align with as many people as we can, to partner with as many people as we can, to elevate cancer research, to really focus on an immune response to cancer and not filling our bodies with chemicals. Like I'm here 29 years later because of chemotherapy. I'm not a hypocrite, but I do know that there's a better way of doing things.
Yeah.
Why not do it? I mean, if we're going to be stuck in like what works, then why do we have cars? We just ride horses. It's like, if we're going to be like stuck with what works. Do you know how George Washington died?
I do not.
History class. Okay. We're in history class now.
All right.
He had an infection, and back then the standard of care was they would bleed the patient, and then new blood would come in and then kill the infection. Right? They went too far. He died of blood. He died of blood loss.
Wow.
So sometimes the cure isn't the best thing going.
Right.
So we're really there to invest in. And it's funny that 3 years after we invested in. That we said we're only going to invest in immunotherapy. The first immunotherapy drug hit the market 3 years later, and it's called CAR T, and it's a T cell therapy. They take the T cells out of your immune system. They teach them to look for a certain protein, and that protein is the cancer cell, and it attacks the cancer cell, and your immune system is now destroying cancer. Our bodies created the cancer. Why can't we teach our bodies how to detect and destroy it? So that's our entire platform, and over the last 11 years, we've had 111 partnerships.
Beautiful.
Oh, that is fantastic.
No, it's remarkable. And we're a little foundation, compared to a lot of the bigger ones. We're a little foundation, but we collaborate with everyone. And the last I checked, all ships rise with the tide.
That's right.
And so if we can, grow this foundation and continue to grow this foundation, and through events like this on Sunday where we need all the help and support we can get, the tickets, they started $27. Like last I wanted to go see one of my favorite bands, they were $750. So It's like, this is something that is appropriate for the whole family. They'll all enjoy it. And if you've never seen skating live, you cannot believe the athleticism. You cannot believe the speed, the power, and just the beauty of it. It's just an amazing sport that, really isn't what it used to be as far as popularity, but it's every bit as good athletically and artistically as it's ever been. Nathan Chen's coming back to skate with us, and reigning Olympic champion in men's figure skating. We've got Gracie Gold. We've got Mariah Bell, who won her national championship in Bridgestone Ice before the last Olympics. We've got Keegan Messon coming back, which is, if you're in the front row, you get a little nervous because he's like, I call him an unguided missile. He's just amazing to watch. Ryan Bradley's coming back. We got so many great skaters, to the sounds of REO Speedwagon, Kansas, Chicago, Loverboy, the Romantics, and Journey. And we're covering a Foreigner song and a Boston song. It's so good. I'm geeking out over this entire soundtrack.
It's my kind of music.
It really is. And to see it come alive with skating in front of it, to know that all of it, like, beyond the experience that you're having, all of it is to elevate cancer research to the point where my cancer 50 years ago had a 5% survival rate, right? Wow. I'm 29 years ago. So that means 21 years after those 5% survival rates, I'm going through it. And it was 80 to 90% then. because a guy named Larry Einhorn in Indiana, a research scientist, figured out a cocktail that would take care of it. And now it's 95% survival rates for testicular cancer. And that's what we're doing. It's like, there's so many cancers out there that offer little hope. And we're here to, punch those bullies in the nose as best we can. We fund, glioblastoma research. We just partnered with Gary Sinise to fund chordoma research. I mean, there's a lot of cancers out there that don't get the attention they deserve. And they're every bit as important because it's in my family now.
Oh, it is. We got you to about 1:45.
Sure, yeah.
So don't try to leave.
We'll continue with Scott coming up next. Again, Bridgestone Arena coming up Sunday. Rock the Rink with Scott Hamilton and friends in their event. We'll tell you more about that and have more with Scott coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at Bar Lines Downtown Omni Nashville Hotel. Our special guest with us this hour is none other than Olympic gold medal skater and just a good dude, Scott Hamilton. Can we call you that? Is that all right? Just a good dude?
Man, good dude. It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Just a good dude. When you get on the phone, your big event Sunday at Bridgestone Arena, and you get a Kevin Cronin and a Mike Reno and everybody else, how do you go about this? I mean, I'm sure they don't say no, but to pull these guys together is pretty special.
It's always hard. It's the week before, it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So a lot of people made family plans and everything else. I mean, Mike Reno, his wife, Catherine St. Germain is singing with him, Almost Paradise,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember that song, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So he's singing that. She's singing that with, and her parents live in Nashville. So they're coming out a little bit early. So that worked out.
Always a connection.
But, it's like I met Kevin Cronin when I lived in LA. Some friends of mine owned a little sort of a nightclub that would bring in a lot of those rock acts, and they said, hey, we'll go to dinner with you guys, but let's go to my son's baseball practice first. I said, that'd be great. And so we're going over watching these little kids play baseball, and there's a guy on the pitching mound of the coach, and he's pitching these little kids. And I go, he looks familiar. He goes, Coach Kevin? And I go, is that Kevin Cronin? And they go, yeah, it's Coach Kevin. And it's like, he's your kid's baseball coach? It's like, that's insane. And so, I got to meet him like once or twice. But I was always a huge fan of the band. That album, High Infidelity, sold 10 million copies.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And so you got Loverboy, who was like really relevant back in. I skated to Loverboy in the 1982 short program.
What song?
Turn Me Loose.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I hit my combination right there. But it was, it's all these guys I'm huge fans of. And Andy Childs of Six Wire and all the Six Wire guys, they play with those guys all the time.
Fantastically
And
talented
so I
guys.
said, Andy, I need your help this year. We really need to get our talent up because, we're running out of time. And he said, So we got on the phone. We spent hours on the phone collaborating. Well, how do you want to go about it? Who do you want to get? How do you want me to reach out? And if it weren't for Andy, I don't think we'd have anybody except for Jason Derlatka, who and I, we've become dear friends since the first time he sang with the Journey guys. With Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean came in for the show a few years ago, and he was the first time he ever performed with them, and now he's a member of the band. He was just brought on, and so we've become really good friends, and he's an extraordinary talent, amazing guy. Jason Sheff, I got to know golf tournaments and everything else. Chicago, he stepped in when Peter Cetera left and was with them for 30 years. And just so many of the hits. And it's just looking at these songs. It's kind of the soundtrack of my, younger self, but it's also songs that have really, really been proven the test of time. They're just relevant today as they ever were, and they're just fun to listen to.
Oh, they are. I know friends have gone to this year event every year. It's happened this Sunday, Bridgestone, and they say for a couple hours we just shut off the world.
Yeah,
because you don't see Olympic style skaters that you're going to have there on Sunday, and the music. This doesn't happen every day in the world, and it's just the perfect spot. Isn't it cool to hear that?
Oh, it's the best. And and when I'll go out and I'll just watch the audience. And I saw one music, he's been a veteran of the music industry for a very long time, and he's just, he's a hard critic, right? So we had one number with all these guys. It was a guy group number, and they came around, and all five of them sprayed the front row of the audience. And he got snow all over him. And all of a sudden, I look at him, and he's 5 years old. He's so excited. It's just like, did you see that? It was and it's just the throws and the pairs and the guys doing backflips. And it's so exciting to see the music come alive in that way. And it's the only time it happens anywhere in the world. One night in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll never perform this show again, ever.
Wow.
And it'll never be televised. It's only whoever's in the building gets to see it.
Beautiful.
And it's, again, uniquely, we're the only people in the world that can do this because it's Nashville. The Predators give us the building to, do this amazing event.
Great people.
They're phenomenal people. And, it's just, Sean Henry told me recently it's David Poyle's favorite event. And, Barry Trotz is there every single year to help us out. and Sean's there, Danny Butler, they're all there. The whole family is there to support us, and it's just extraordinary that's what this town. I think the identity of Nashville is you can go to a benefit every single night of the week here because there's nonprofits, there's people that are extending to other people, and I've gotten to partner with and tour the facilities and hands-on. And, again, it's just that's what kind of town this is. And, again, it's just we're here to in our little niche of trying to change cancer forever and for the better.
Right.
And we've got, one part of the show, which is my favorite. We call them the Overcomers. They're our skate champion kids. So we do Skate to Eliminate Cancer fundraisers. They're a peer-to-peer fundraiser all over the country. And it's like a 5K, but it's on ice. But we have ice shows, and we have 3v3 hockey tournaments, and we have all these incredible, these events that we do to raise money. It's a peer-to-peer thing. So in Nashville, the top 30 fundraisers qualified to be in the performance, in the show. And the first year we did it as a pre-show thing. And I looked at it and I was like, no, that deserves to be smack dab in the middle of the show. And so we right now they're up to, I think, they've raised over $62,000.
Oh,
These kids, right? And they do it by Jackson Surbrick sells dog treats. He started skating when he went to Bridgestone and saw the show. One year he said, I want to do that. And he started skating, and now he's raised $60,000 selling dog treats.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
How old was he when he started skating?
Oh, he must have been like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's probably 7. Probably.
I feel like I'm a lost cause at 38.
No, you're let's just say gravity will not be your friend.
It's not. I think he's witnessed it. I got on skates and felt like Bambi.
That's me now.
I had no balance.
I can help you with that.
Okay,
it's just what's funny about skating is it's like anything else. Do you remember learning how to walk?
No.
But now you don't think about it.
Not at all.
Like I would have to you get on the ice and all those little muscles that support the big muscles. They're like, duh. So you gotta teach them how to work to support the big muscles. Then once you do that, it's like you don't think about it anymore. It's just like walking. You just step on the ice and you start to skate
and get it done. Right. I want to ask you, in your journey when you got cancer, did you get mad at God?
No. I was fascinated. I go, what are you doing? And it became very obvious that he was saying, I'm interrupting your life specifically because I want you to not do what you've been doing, right? Which is all work and tour and next opportunity and this. The tail was wagging the dog. And, I wasn't living like I felt like I needed to be living, right? Mm-hmm. So he just sort of gave me a timeout. And I just said, this is fascinating. And I'm just going to be fascinated by the whole process of chemotherapy. I'm going to be fascinated by, how I endure it. I'm going to be fascinated by the surgery, which is a 38 staple surgery for a man my size. Yeah. It's like, no, it's filet au scat. My Dr. Klein has seen parts of me I never want to see, right? But it's how's this going to work in your life? And if it weren't for cancer. Now, I met my wife on the 3rd anniversary of my diagnosis on the day.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And no, it's like I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have my children. I wouldn't have look at them every single day. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, Dr. Einhorn for finding a cocktail that would kill my cancer. I'm grateful for Dr. Bukowski, who was, had the training to do it. I was grateful for Dr. Klein, who did the surgery and saw me through all the recovery stuff. I'm grateful for so many people in the healthcare industry. The Cleveland Clinic was incredible the way they saw me through. The Taussig family, the cancer center at the Cleveland Clinic is named after the Taussig family because they had cancer that much that they have a cancer. They lost their father to cancer. So there are our main supporter for this show every year. They every year they've given us almost $1 million for this particular event, just because they believe in the work that we do, and they've been with me from the very beginning in Cleveland all the way through to where we are today. And it's extraordinary that, you just link arms with people and you allow, it's like, we pray that there's a modality of treatment for every single person that is, that's diagnosed with cancer. And that's what we're working towards. We're working towards a day where no one dies of cancer anymore.
Amen, brother.
We don't know how to get rid of it yet. We don't know how to prevent it yet. In some ways we do. Eat the right things, drink the right one, just avoid a lot of the toxins, a lot of the environmental stuff.
Yeah.
Why do we eat in this country things every day that are illegal everywhere else in the world? It's like, I somebody answer that question, please. It's like there's so much about the way we live day to day that invites poor health.
Yeah.
And when you have, it's a systemic thing, bad things can happen, right? Whether it be, cancer, heart disease, whatever it is. So our business is to say, okay, if this happens, our job is to make sure that we check every single box we can to make sure that any person that's diagnosed with cancer, there's an answer to their challenge, to their episode, to their journey, and that they can get out the other side and just have a new gratitude toward life.
Yeah.
I always tell people, do you know how you truly know you've survived cancer?
How's that?
That's a great question.
When you get upset in traffic. Because you're back to sweating the small stuff. It's like, what am I doing? I'm angry at the guy that just cut me off. It's like, I'm alive. Okay, let's go there. And I'm going to be 2 minutes late. Oh, hum. It's just all that stuff. It's like anytime anybody flips me off in traffic, it's like, okay. Thank you.
Good day.
But it's like, little things, and this is something I encourage people to do. It's just those random acts of kindness.
Yep.
Like I was in Publix and I was behind a lady and she was checking out and I could tell she was wearing a turban and I could tell that, she was going through chemotherapy and she was about to pay for her groceries. And I said, may I? And she says, oh, no, I got this. I go, no, I'm a survivor. And she goes, oh, I go, can I pay for your groceries? And she said, yes. And so I'm big on eights. Like I was born 8/28/58. Like I did figure eights.
Yeah.
Like 80s were a big time in my life. And so I got the check and it was $88.18.
Get out of here.
And it's like, thank you, Lord. It's
Wow.
like, it's like all these little God winks and all these little things that just happen that are just so extraordinary that, there is a God and he's totally there 100%. And to answer your question, was I mad at God? No. Grateful for every single knockdown, every single get up. I was grateful for every single failure and every single, because they go hand in hand. I was last place guy in skating for, I don't know, decade. I don't know how long it took. I mean, it took forever. I went to my first nationals on the little novice boys level.
Yeah.
And I fell 5 times in a 3-minute program.
Oh.
Yeah. Dead last. Next year I went back and 9th again. 9th. They're out of 10. Another kid was there. He wasn't very
How
good.
bad was he, huh?
I don't think he kept skating. I think he quit
Joe,
right
we
after
said we weren't going to tell that was you.
Right.
But it was like I was that last place guy, so it just sort of was one of those things where I had ability. I could do stuff, but it was like, what am I, I just didn't know how to put it together. And so, we fail, we learn, it's like anytime you take up anything, you're not going to be proficient day one.
Right.
And when I wrote Finish First, it was a book I wrote, I guess 2018. It was one of those things where we're writing it and the person who was helping me put it together, Ali Fallon, she goes, how many times do you think you've fallen down on the ice? And I went, stand by. And I pulled out my phone. I was doing the calculator thing. And I go, minimum 41,600 times.
Minimum.
Yep.
And so she goes, ow. And it's like, no, but when you get up 41,600 times, those failures don't have the same identity.
God, amen.
You just get up, just get
Not
up.
how many times you fall, how many times you get up.
Yeah.
I love that. We'll have more with Scott Hamilton coming up next. Chasing Big Joe at the Omni 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel, continuing our conversation with Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton. Always enjoy having you on with us. I mean, you truly are one of the greats.
Oh man, thank you.
We were talking a little bit earlier, and you may have mentioned this when I had to step away, but the Hockey Fights Cancer coming up on Saturday. Have you seen Saros's mask? What he's going to wear yet?
No,
It's very cool. It's honoring some members of the Preds family that were affected by cancer.
Wow.
Willie Donick's wife, Erin, her picture's on there.
Man, she was a light. It's devastating that she's gone. You know, it's just awful. I just loved her so much.
That leads me into my next question. I lost my dad 4 years ago to cancer.
I'm so sorry.
How much impact do those that have lost people have when supporting you and supporting these organizations? Because I feel like that, you know, those of us that have gone through it and lost someone, I mean, I'm like you're a survivor, but I want to see more survivors now because I've seen what the loss is.
Well, I lost my mom when I was 18 years old, and 18 is way too young for a boy to lose his mom. I think we can sit here corporately and say 18-year-old boys are knuckleheads. You know, they need their moms, right?
Absolutely.
100%. So, yeah, that loss is, you know, and even it's 5 years ago, it doesn't matter. When you lose a parent, you're 8 years old again, you know, and it's just like you can't negotiate it. It's just a loss like no other, right? Losing a child, I think, is the most painful thing you can go through. I think that's why St. Jude has been so incredible at, you know, changing the world the way they do. But, you know, when you are a co-survivor, as you know, when your parents are going through it, and then when they're gone, it's almost like, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, you feel helpless, right? And in that, you know, we try, and we have a lot of volunteers. We just try to bring people along with us to say, help us. And, you know, what you're doing today by allowing me to, you know, promote this event, you know, maybe a drop in the bucket, you know, but still a drop in the bucket. There's how many drops did it take to fill that bucket, you know,
right.
But it's still more than was in there before, right? And that's what does it. It's just like all the extensions of kindness, all the extensions of generosity, of time, of whatever you can put into it, you know, of passion, however that works, it really honors everyone that's going through it now. And it gives them hope that they're not just doing this by themselves. You know, it's such a lonely process because, you know, you feel somewhat different than everybody else in the room. And you just, it's so unique, you know, like so many people that were in the audience last year that just found out that they're going through a cancer. They're back this year as survivors.
Ooh.
And we celebrate that. And we don't let that sit. You know, we're just, you know, but it's those types of losses that put me, I wanted to be a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Losing my mom, void. How do I fill some of that void? Not never going to fill all of it, right? But it's like I want to try to help the next person so maybe they don't have to suffer the same loss. Like if I can prevent an 18-year-old boy from burying his mom, win, even if it's one. But if you do the math, if you're part of funding a research project that now creates a proven treatment for a cancer that was untreatable, you can't count the lives that have been saved.
No,
you can't.
Right.
It's impossible because now it's check. Let's go on to the next one.
That's right. On down the line.
Check.
The line. Yeah.
Check. And so, I'm so sorry for the loss of your father, but it's like the only reason I do what I do is because I lost my mom and I survived.
Yeah.
I've had a birthday my mom never got to have. In fact, I've had 18 birthdays my mom never got to have. And I've had 2 birthdays my dad never got to have. So it's, you know, I'm here. I'm on house money.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm playing it hard.
That's great.
You know, you brought up 8, you know, in like numbers.
Yeah.
And it hit me like the moment after he was gone. He was 34 when I was born. I was 34 when he died.
Wow.
So it was just like, okay, there's something with that, but it just, you know, and it's hard to believe it's been 4 years, but you know, and I and Joe can, you know, attest to this. I think me being vulnerable and talking about it,
Yeah.
is kind of my way of trying to.
It's so important for anyone that's listening,
Yeah.
especially if they're going through it or if they've been through it, to know that they're not the only one.
Yeah.
And that this is something that matters to all of us. And we've got to link arms, and we've got to make a difference, and we've got to do the best we can. And again, it's just every small thing, is built out of, our building blocks to create big things.
Right.
It's like I look at a brick in my house. It's one brick. But my goodness.
Yeah.
If that brick went there, bad things are going to happen, right? So we all serve in whatever way we can. And, by you helping me promote the show on Sunday and trying to talk a few people into buying tickets, however many we can. I've never in my pro career or even in my amateur career, toward the end, especially when I figured it out, I don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
This is a great, great, great event, and it's worth supporting. It's worth getting behind, and it really is making an impact. And we hope to grow. I told my board in the last board meeting, I said, I don't see a reason in the world why we shouldn't be one of the top 3 cancer fundraising mechanisms in the world. Let's work towards that.
Yeah.
And everybody's eyes got real big. Like, oh man, how are we going to do that? I go, because we can.
Right.
Because we can. And if we don't think we can, we won't. But if we do think we can, every next step becomes logical. So do I think cancer is curable? Yes. Now I do.
Yeah.
When I watched my mom go through it, I didn't. But now I do. I realize early detection. When
you went through it, did you think it was?
Well, I was told 80-90% chance.
Yeah.
And I figured, well, I'm probably in better shape than, 25% of the world.
Right.
So I guess I'm in that range. But I just felt in my spirit that I was going to be okay. I just needed to control my space, and I needed to be fascinated by it. And so my nurse treated me like an 8-year-old. She figured it out quick. She would decorate my chemo bags with Snoopy stickers. My second bag, after 4 hours of infusion, my next 4 hours with a bag covered in Mylar, different colors every day.
Right.
My Band-Aids were SpongeBob and Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
And I was promised, if you're good today, there's a banana popsicle waiting for you in the nurse's freezer.
That's what.
I'm 38 years old, and it's like she's treating me like an 8-year-old. It was awesome.
I love it. Is it okay that you won a gold medal? I mean, you're immensely popular. Is it okay that people know you through Blades of Glory?
Yeah, 100%. Most people don't remember I was even in it, which is fine with me too. But it's, it was I got a million stories from that. But one of my favorite was where, I went to hang out, sort of and watch them shoot some of the movie. And I was there for a scene that they did 12 different punchlines. And the crew was howling with laughter. And I'm like, covered, because I thought that whatever was said was, going to show up in the movie. They wipe all that and then they revoice it later on, right? So the crew is laughing their faces off, which helps the performance and everything else. And so I got to know them a little. I spent a lot of time with Will Ferrell, and I spent a lot of time with John Heder. And I knew Craig T. Nelson way before all of that. So it was really fun, to kind of be on set. And then I'm back in my little trailer area waiting to shoot some of the commentary scenes. And one of the directors came and said, hey, we need you on set. And I go, what's going on? And they go, Will just wrote a little scene. He wants you in it. And I was like, really? And so it was the interview scene at the Kiss and Cry when they got done with their first big performance, right? And so that's the one where a woman comes by with a bottle of champagne and he just chugs it and he slaps her on the rear end as she walks away. and John Eder's like, we were just really focused and we really tried to put on a good performance. And he's like, we're riding this train. And, it's just like, and I'm just like, what am I doing here? It's just, this is unbelievable. What a gift that was. It was so much fun.
Funny.
And it's still one of my favorite movies. And I think it's still, if it's not like number one best Will Ferrell movie ever.
Oh yeah,
it's in the top 3.
Was there no crowd there? I heard you doing it every time. There's nobody in the arena. It seemed like everybody was there, but you did that scene with nobody there, right?
Nobody was there. We were up in this little box area, like it looked like a little desk Kiss and Cry thing with me and Jim Lampley. and we were doing our little, scenes, and there was just people on the ice moving boxes around and everything else, and all of that. We got to see some mock-ups of the performance, but we weren't calling anything live. Everything was sort of done, just trying to remember what was. And one of my favorite lines, and it's so bad, it's just so bad, it's so bad, was when Amy Poehler she was on the ice with her husband at the time,
Will
Arnett, and he's Heimliching her, and she's spitting out sleeping pills. And it was JFK in Maryland. That was their performance. And my line was, now there's an interesting take on American history. And so much of it was just so bad. I mean, everything was just off, but it's a funny movie, and it's I got to do the press junket, which was hilarious, and I was at the premiere, and of course, you get all the answers. What's next? And it's like, well, I'm thinking about, I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for some people to step aside. Brad Pitt to slow down a little bit. I'm going to step in and take his spot. But it's so fun to be able to experience these things. And
love it, man.
It's been a very full life. Just crazy.
That is wild. That
was 18 years ago.
2007.
Really? Oh my goodness. My choreographer was the head choreographer on that show, and so many of the skaters that were in it. My favorite, like Sasha Cohen, if you can remember, she was a silver medalist in Torino, right? She was in first place after the short program, and she came second overall. And she's a beautiful skater, just elegant, classy, gorgeous, just stunning. And her part in that was Will Ferrell reaches down and pulls out his jock and throws it into the stands. If you haven't seen the movie, there's a little bit of that.
Right.
And she catches it out of midair and she puts it right up to her face and she says, "I love you, Chaz." And it's so opposite of everything ever. And the Nancy Kerrigan scene where, are you an official here?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, and Brian Boitano and Peggy Fleming and Dorothy Hamill and Lisa Marie Allen, who was on the 80 Olympic team with me. I mean, they're all in this movie in different ways and different
Jenna
places.
Fisher from The Office.
Yeah, she played the girlfriend, and she was really sweet, very quiet to be around, but very sweet, very talented and amazing.
You lived the life of a rock star, Scott.
For a minute, I was a movie star. Yeah.
Hey, on IMDb, you get billing before Andy Richter, so that's how it should be.
Well, I always tell people, I don't know how I'm going into my 10th Olympics as a broadcaster because I have a face for radio and a voice for the hearing impaired. So.
Wait, 10?
This will be my 10th Olympics.
What was your first one?
My first one was Albertville. Christy Yamaguchi won the gold medal. And then the second one, I was paired with Vern Lundquist back then. Second one was Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan in 1994 in Lillehammer. And then
so you were there for that?
Yeah, I was the short program, okay, when Nancy and Tanya were going to be on the ice competing for the first time.
Right.
At the end of the day, was the 4th most watched television program in the history of television in the United States.
Wow.
And my producer gave me an impossible on camera that I only had one take to do. Everything was pulsing. My temples were thudding. Have you ever been where you're so nervous?
Right.
I was sweating through my suit for this stupid on camera. I had one take only. Got through it, and I was like, and Vern says, "We're covering the Olympic Games. We're not covering the media circus. We're covering the Olympic Games. Every skater on this ice deserves us to tell their stories. We're going to cover the Olympic Games. We're not covering the craziness of all this, stuff that's been happening." And so that's what we did. And it was an amazing thing. And then 98 in Nagano, and then NBC took over. 2002 was in Salt Lake. 2006 was in Torino. 2010 was in Vancouver. 2014 was in Sochi. 2018 was in Pyeongchang. 2022 was Beijing. Nobody really went. I did it out of my basement in Brentwood.
Yeah.
They gave me a studio. They set up I had a spare bedroom, and there was no furniture in there. And we put up a step and repeat behind me, and we bought a desk at Target, and they gave this remote control camera that this technician named Bob came in and created this little studio in my basement. And so I'd get up, we'd have a production meeting. I go make breakfast for my kids. They go off to school. I go downstairs, do the Olympics. And then after I was done doing the Olympics, I'd go upstairs, make breakfast, work out, kind of watch the events, and then the same thing the next morning. It was amazing. And now number 10, which is Milan. I'll be going over there, and I'll be sitting with Mike Tirico.
Oh, that's cool.
Love it.
Mike Tirico is one of the nicest human beings I think I've ever met.
We've had him on a few times.
Oh,
he's always been great.
And he's so talented.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
he can
and
do
so
anything.
approachable and so humble and kind. And
He's no Chase and Big Joe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
It's funny. There's not many broadcasters anymore like a Vern or an Al Michaels or Mike Tirico that can literally do any sport.
Yeah.
You ask him to do
I mean, Vern Lundquist,
Uncle Vern.
Uncle Vern. Do you realize that they would put anybody that they really wanted to develop as a broadcaster, they would pair with Vern Lundquist?
That's a wise move.
He built Terry Bradshaw.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. He did.
And he, you look at Gary Danielson, all the SEC stuff, and just all the stuff that he did at the Masters, and all. Anytime anybody sits down next to him, they just get better. And he's so humble, and he loved figure skating. He did his book tour a few years ago, and it was really fun. They said, he'd always get asked this question, and he said, if you could do any sport one more time, and you could sit next to one of your broadcast friends, what would that be? And he always said the Olympics with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's the best guy, and he just loves everyone, and he cared deeply about every single skater that ever took the ice. And he loved the music, and he loved the art form, and he loved, and he'd always say it. No one ever said it before him. Alone on the ice. I heard that, and I go, thank goodness I didn't hear that before. I could be in my Olympics. I would have wet my pants. It's just crazy that it's just so, his voice is so perfect for dramatic situations and everything else. And it's been such a blessing,
So real quick with Mike on this Olympics, will you be in the
studio?
You'll be in the studio. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get over to the rink to watch some of the events, but I have a feeling I'll be in studio with him.
Very cool.
A lot, pretty much every day. And my youngest son's going over with me.
Nice.
And I just want you to say a prayer for my family. Tomorrow night, my oldest birth son is in his first MMA fight.
Oh, wow.
He's been training to be in the UFC, and tomorrow's his first official MMA fight. And so we're going to Cookeville for that. And big weekend. My son's first fight, and then all the skaters come in, and we put the show together, and Sunday, and yeah, it's a big weekend.
We will say a prayer. I hope that goes well.
I think it will. When he got into this, I stopped disciplining him. I just figured, what's the point?
Right. Probably smart.
If he doesn't get his way, he'll probably just choke me out. But my youngest son's going over with me to the Olympics, and he's gotten very involved in skating, and the United States should do really well. And every single one of those skaters that medal, I'll bring them back next year. If we're able to do a number 10 at Bridgestone Arena, I'm going to be bringing back some skaters, and I'll tell them to bring their hardware because this is going to be a good Olympics for the United States.
That's awesome. Well, Scott, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Oh, are you kidding? This has been an hour.
This has been so much fun.
I hope I didn't kill your show.
No, not at all.
Well, at least I gave him an hour off the Titans, so that's good.
Thank God, right?
You did us a favor there.
Nah, hey, everybody out there, the pendulum swings both ways.
I know. And hopefully I'm waiting for it to come back the good way, but we'll see. Coming up Sunday at 4:00, Bridgestone Arena. You can get your tickets. Just go to bridgestonearena.com. Scott, good to see you.
God bless you guys.
Absolutely. You too. Much. Scott Hamilton joins us. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2 next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, the game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. What an absolute pleasure to sit with Scott Hamilton. And, we've had the opportunity to do that several times, and it never disappoints.
It doesn't. And then, is he still here? I don't think he can get out
I
without
don't know.
taking pictures.
He was taking pictures. I mean,
right.
But, you think about, this guy fought and beat cancer and always has a smile.
Yeah. And then
And
has the servant's heart to give back, man.
So when we complain about traffic or something silly.
And why was he looking at me when he did that?
Yeah.
It's like, I know there's one guy here who can't stand traffic.
He had a feeling.
So Sunday at Bridgestone, 4:00. I mean, it is a really special, cool, fun, wonderful event. So go if you can.
Yeah, and it was funny. I was talking to somebody last night that asked about what I do in our show and stuff, and I said I highlighted us talking about things that aren't sports.
Yeah, and
I said that's my favorite part. I obviously love talking sports. We're a sports talk show, all that, but we're a life show. That's just what we do, and that was a prime example of how fun it is.
Dr. Craig, remember the complaint we got yesterday about the celebrity encounter? The guy who said, "Oh, this isn't sports." Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And what did I say? I
said you're here to entertain.
3 hours. We're here to entertain.
Did he call in or text?
He texted. I said, "We're here."
Was that before or after he went on YouTube?
I said, "We're 3 hours. We're to entertainment. We're to make your life better any way we can, to make you laugh, smile." If we talk sports, we talk sports. We talk about cancer research with Scott Hamilton. We're doing that.
And here's the other thing. I mean, I'm the program director of the station, and I don't tell I want Robbie and Rexrow to do the show their way.
Right.
I want Jake to do his show his way. I want Nick and Connor to do their show on the weekends their way. Mm-hmm. We do it our way. DVD. I mean, obviously, I'll always help and influence, but there's more than one way to get to a place.
That's right.
That's
we're entertaining, man. I got you in a cab ride for 3 hours. We're going to make you smile, make you laugh, make you get things better for you. So we're grateful for Scott to come by and do that. It was really, really. We hope there's a packed house on Sunday at Bridgestone.
Amen to that. We'll come back with more. Greg Wyshynski will join us next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday here at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, and continuing the fun with our man Greg Wyshynski, who joins us now, presented by Old National Bank. Get old. Greg, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can't complain. I published the quarter season look at my bold predictions from the preseason, and only a couple of them are stone cold turds. Most of them are still in play. I regret to inform everyone that Jack Hughes will not play 82 games this season.
No.
But a lot of the other predictions that are on ESPN.com right now are pretty good.
Well, the one you have for the Nashville Predators as we sit is correct at this point. Andrew Brunette keeps his job. We kind of wondered after Sweden, in the performance there, even though they won one game, what might happen. Barry Trotz is going to join our afternoon show at 4:00 today, so I'm curious to hear what he's going to say. But so far, Bruno is still the head coach of the Predators, and it feels like Barry, as we've talked about, is going to continue to be patient.
Some votes of confidence. I saw the video that Barry did with Kyle Dubas, his counterpart in Pittsburgh, when they were in Sweden, and kind of indicated that Brunette's sort of part of I don't know if the solution is the right word, but part of what they're trying to do in Nashville. But again, like we talked about before, man, whether you believe that this team can still have enough runway to turn things around and Brunette's the guy to do it, or whether you believe it's a lost season, I still think it just makes too much sense to just keep the guy around, because otherwise you're paying him not to coach. You're paying him to sit on the sidelines while someone else takes the reins of what's already a lost season. Better to have him just coach out the string, make a decision in the off season to go in a different direction. The only, like we talked about, I think it was last week, I mean, the only reason you might want to make a change is if you believe that Carl Taylor is the guy to go to down in the AHL, and you want to give him maybe a bit of runway to figure out the NHL as a head coach and get to know the roster. Like if that's the decision, then it makes a little bit more sense. But if it's just, we don't think we've got it this year, and I just don't think firing the coach is really going to turn things around.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have been on the you can't change all the players, so you change the coach train. I mean, that's kind of where I've gotten to, but I have also prefaced it, as I think I have with you, of I know it's not all Andrew Brunette's fault, and Andrew Brunette's a good coach. Is he the right coach for this team? Barry's built the roster, so he has, obviously some culpability here as well, but they're not a Pete DeBoer away from winning the Stanley Cup either. I think I know that. So, I mean, if they made the move and it wasn't Carl Taylor and it was Pete DeBoer or Peter Laviolette or whoever, or Barry Trotz, I still don't think they're that move away from going and maybe even making the playoffs. So therefore, I can understand the logic of why Barry's standing pat, but I also understand the alternative at the same time.
You know who I'd love to be is Pete DeBoer. Like, this guy gets run out of Dallas because he can't win the big game and get them to play for a Stanley Cup. He throws his goalie under the bus. And so it's basically, we can't have you come back to the team because our franchise goalie was basically called out by you after losing a playoff series. And yet every single team that's off to a bad start is putting Pete DeBoer's name out there as maybe being the guy that can turn it around. It's pretty amazing. But what you said about Nashville is, I think, what's being said in a lot of places. Like, you talk to somebody in Toronto about, the possibility of Craig Berube taking the fall for this Leafs team not being any good. And then they think about bringing in, Pete DeBoer to coach a team. And ultimately it's kind of, well, this team's just not good enough. It doesn't matter if you bring in Pete DeBoer. They're not all of a sudden going to become a conference finalist because Pete DeBoer is behind the bench. And I think that's the same thing with Nashville. It's the same thing with Toronto. I think in some ways it's the same thing with Edmonton, even though they've been to the conference final in consecutive seasons and won it. There's a lot of teams that have some significant flaws that aren't going to be fixed by bringing in an accomplished coach.
Greg, what metric do you use to determine who's the worst team in hockey?
Points percentage. I mean, I think right now Calgary, even with their big win last night, that they can feel pretty good about is demonstrably the worst team in hockey. Yeah, I'd go points percentage, but then let's also back it up with some analytics. You know, where are they in expected goals? Where are they in expected goals against? If the standings tell you that they stink, and then the underlying numbers tell you, yeah, they actually really stink, then they're just a bad hockey team. So that's kind of the math I use on trying to figure out who is really the stinkers in this league.
How much do you put into goals scored, goals allowed, and all that? Because as a football guy from where I came from, I always look at that, you know, because you're giving up a lot. But again, you could score some. I don't see how that translates into hockey in your mind.
Well, it's a good question because, like I said, I trust the analytics more than I do the actual numbers in that case. Like, I got to know that you're doing the things that you need to do in order to score, or in order to prevent a goal. Because in hockey, as I think you were kind of indicating in the differences between the sports, there's so many variables that go into, you know, whether a team is successful or not. I mean, you know, sometimes it's just bad puck luck. It's pucks going off of, you know, the goal post. It's a bunch of guys skating around on Ginzu knives on a slick surface, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, there's so many variables that go into whether or not a team scores a goal or prevents a goal. But we have the data to learn how many shot attempts they have versus how many they give up, to learn where the shots are coming from, to learn the quality of those chances, either offensively or defensively. We've gotten to the point where we can kind of glean whether a team is doing the things they need to do to succeed, or if they're just porous. And I'll give you an example. Like, the Anaheim Ducks right now are great. Like, they're an offensive steamroller. They're atop the Pacific Division. But when you look under the hood, they're not a team that plays playoff quality defense at all. They're being bailed out by their goalie, Lucas Dostal, on most nights. And so you say to yourself, all right, but it looks good on paper, it looks good in the standings, but when push comes to shove, like, if the offense goes into a slump, are they cooked for 2 weeks because they can't keep the puck out of their net?
Interesting. I just, you know, with the Preds win last Friday in Sweden, Stamkos gets that, and they just seem that punch is there. They're feeling good. Then they drop an egg on Sunday. It's just, this hockey team is so hard to read. There's just really no buzz about them, and all you hear about is like, they got a lot of talent. They're just not very good. And I know that's not exactly how they are, but that's a perception we get here about the Predators.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't checked into their numbers overall lately to see where they are. I did like. I mean, listen, I kind of liked the effort in the games in Sweden. I think they could. I know they didn't get the result they wanted in the second one, but they could hold their heads high a little bit. You know, it's just like you said, when you look at the roster, especially with the way some of the veteran guys haven't necessarily, you know, kept up to the standards that they've had previously. And it's not just Stamkos. So, you know, you look at a guy like Brady Shea, for example, who hasn't played nearly as effectively as he has in different stops in his career. You know, like, overall, you look at the roster and you say to yourself, compared to the other teams that are currently in playoff positions or playing close to the bubble in the West, they're just not as good. And I think that's an argument that's hard to refute at this point.
Greg Wyshynski is with us. So I'll ask it this way. Looking at where they are right now, you know, we've talked about Stamkos, that, you know, he doesn't have a Braden Point or a Kucherov on this team to set him up like he had in Tampa Bay. You know, Forsberg, I would say, kind of needs somebody like that too. So would it behoove the Predators to try and acquire a playmaking forward, albeit that's easier said than done, or based on the plan and everything that Barry has said to this point, does that not make sense and you just have to be patient and wait for the future?
I think it makes sense, but you know, you've got to find the right fit and the right player that's not going to, you know, ultimately cost you too many future assets to acquire them. You know, the Washington Capitals, to me, have become the model for what teams that are trying to, in the words of Barry Trotz, I guess, retool, you know, are trying to do. They went out and made some really smart acquisitions of guys that maybe their stock was a bit down. I mean, Dylan Strome was not a guy that was mentioned in the pantheon of number one centers in this league, but you look at what he's done for the Capitals since he's got there, and he's been exemplary on the offensive end. Granted, playing with Ovechkin certainly helps your numbers, but I mean, he's kind of put up Nick Backstrom-esque numbers in some of these seasons that he's been in Washington. So, like, if you're able to identify players who can be effective playmakers that aren't currently, in a number one spot, that aren't cost you a first-round pick, like, go ahead and bring it onto the team. But you've got to be smart about it because, otherwise you might be throwing bad money after bad money, as they say in the business community. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the company's failing, don't reinvest in it unless you're a fake tree planting company with the LA Clippers. Then I guess you just keep pouring money into it.
That works out. Greg, we have a saying around here. There's some legendary high school football programs that have been not good for a long time, but when they're good, Chase and I always say it's always good for high school football when these teams are good. I look at the Detroit Red Wings, sit at the top right now of the Atlantic. Is hockey better when the Red Wings are good?
It is, but I'll do you one better. And I don't think the fans in Nashville are going to like to hear this one, actually. But I used to think that Detroit being good was very important when they were in the West, because I think it's important to have a strong traditional hockey market in the West. So when you do have some of these teams that might not necessarily have the same kind of national appeal come into town and play on national television, you're going to get a huge local audience for those established teams, no matter what the other team is. And so Detroit always served that purpose really well back in the Lindstrom days and the Yzerman days. Now, since they've been in the East, the team that had to serve that purpose was the Chicago Blackhawks. So I'd say it's more encouraging to the NHL to have the Blackhawks all of a sudden be relevant again, thanks to Connor Bedard and thanks to the goaltending of Spencer Knight, because now all of a sudden, when they play Vegas, when they play Edmonton, when they play Colorado, like, now that becomes an event where, one of the biggest sports markets in the country, their team is playing good hockey again, and they have a young star, and there's going to be much more attention on those games than there would have been otherwise. So Detroit being good, it's great. It's my favorite uniform in hockey. I wish them well, but for the betterment of the league, I think it's more important to have Chicago going well again.
Greg, appreciate it as always. We will talk to you next week.
Anytime. Thanks.
Greg Wyshynski joins us, senior NHL writer from ESPN, every Thursday at 2:00. And, of course, he is presented by Old National Bank. Get old. We'll react to some of that and much more live from the Omni today here on 102.5 The Game. Oh, where was this when we were talking about Rocky IV? That's what I always think about when I hear this song.
As you should, man.
Yep. Apollo coming to the ring. Chase and McJoe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. I can't believe that next week's Thanksgiving.
Right?
So I just said to Greg Wyshynski, we'll talk to you next week. We won't.
Yeah.
We will
Unless he wants to hang out with us on.
He's got a newborn. I think he'll be busy.
I was looking to see what games college football we have tonight, and Butch Jones on ESPN tonight.
Oh.
Louisiana versus Arkansas State.
How is Arkansas?
Did you see him walk out a few weeks ago and he said, "Where's the crowd?" Did you see that? That was a big thing. He walked in and said, "Where's the crowd?" And there's like nobody there at Arkansas State. And it's the fight that a lot of the group of 5 schools have. I mean, there's not going to be 60,000 people at the games. And you think Butch would know that because he's been at Arkansas State now since 21.
Well, isn't that why they've tried to do some of these weekday games to try and get more people?
Guess how much tickets are tonight at Louisiana at Arkansas State?
$8.
$9.
Okay.
Chase, we can afford that. We could get a couple of tickets to go there tonight. Butch Jones is 1-4, 2-4, 3-4, 4-4. He's 5-5. So big game tonight for Butch if he wants to get to the bowl. Arkansas State. So
I mean, he needs to just stay where he's at.
no, he needs to come back, man. We need more of his great motivational speeches.
Could you imagine if he ended up at like
Arkansas?
No.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, get him hired up there. You know, we were in Vegas last month and we talked about these midweek games and like, yeah, Middle Tennessee's playing a lot of these, Tennessee State a lot of these midweek games. They're like, oh yeah, we watch them all. They watch all these games. These games, there might not be 100 people these games, but the viewership for these midweek college football games are off the chart. I mean, we got millions watching these, and you know why. We all know why. I mean, there's a lot of the degenerates, like a few of our friends, are making wagers on those games. So it's really cool to see that the viewership is that high for those games.
2 things. How much did the Clark Lee extension news come out yesterday, or was it?
I haven't heard a wink about that.
Okay, well, he's got an extension.
Did he?
So, yeah.
When did that happen?
I guess it was earlier today, then.
I don't see this anywhere. Not even on the websites. I don't.
Well, it's been. I think the Tennessean has it. Yeah, I mean, there's a few there. Yeah, there's. I don't know if it's official, but it's been around.
No,
So,
I don't see
I don't
it
know
anywhere.
if it's done yet, but I'm just.
Any
I'm seeing
details on
rumors.
it?
I'm seeing rumors. Yeah, no details. I'm just seeing rumors.
Yeah, ESPN.com on their college football site, which is really good. There's nothing there.
All right. Well, maybe I jumped the gun there, so I apologize. But
Maybe you got an email from
maybe.
Randy.
The second thing that I was going to bring up. Do you know who the guest picker is for College Game Day?
So it is at Oregon. Dan Fouts.
Nope.
Is it that girl that's a popular? Is it a female?
No, I'm just
Okay.
going to tell you because I want to set this up.
All right.
Titans fans, it's your favorite, the one and only, Marcus Mariota.
Okay. So the Commanders must have an open wing man. Good for him. I mean, I don't know, Dan Fouts, Phil Knight. I don't know who else, but good for him.
Yeah. I fell for something on Twitter, so there is no extension. So my bad.
You of all people,
I know,
who have never
well,
fallen for
it was
anything.
it was the text line and Twitter. So
Yeah,
and I misread, and then I misread a headline. It was all a failure. Rex Rhodes mad at me now. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I apologize.
All right. Well, good.
Did he come out of
We forgive
hiding?
you.
Where is he?
He's around. He's always listening.
No, but you had a little tinge in your voice, like, you guys didn't do this yesterday, and I was like,
and then I was like, well, because it said one day ago, and then I'm like, oh, this.
no,
I
we
should
would have
probably
had
read
it
that.
yesterday.
Well, I saw the text and then the tweet, and then I Google it, and it says Clark Lee extension watch. What does that mean? And I'm like, oh, there it is.
okay. All right.
And then I'm thinking as I'm going along, like, I feel like I would have heard about this.
Right.
Like, why isn't this?
Yeah.
And so that's why I asked you. And when you gave that answer, I'm like, oh, no.
I mean, we scour those things
Oh, no.
hourly, minutely to see what's going on. And that would have come up big time about him getting. Now, the thing is, you expect
I
that
think
to
he
happen.
will.
Yeah.
I think. Hey, he will. Phil, that is not nice. But yes, I did.
What's the one like Bobby West? What's the guy's name on Twitter that gets everybody?
Gets everybody.
And
I'm really good about that, so I'm mad at myself now.
So what I do is when I get that, I always text you and Ricky and say, "Did you see this? What's going on?" And you guys are like, "Oh, that's a fake account," because they'll get you all the time. I mean, we talked the other day about the Schiano search and all the falsities that were happening there, and we laughed about it. Like, just be careful because you never, ever, ever know.
Yep.
Then the joke became, "Well, he's got a blue check mark."
Yeah, that doesn't matter anymore.
It means nothing.
You got to be extra careful,
right? That goes on. So,
but it's good when you're getting a text from Rex Road saying, "WTF are you talking about?"
Gosh. Sorry, Joe, man.
What the fart? It happens to the best of us. You don't do this job, for many, many years without getting got at something.
Well, it's real time. You're doing a radio show. You're
right.
reading stuff coming in. You're trying to put what I say aside, and then you're talking Butch Jones, and then all that goes on. So you stop my Butch Jones talk, man.
I won't do what you told me.
Probably not.
Probably not.
That goes on. So, yeah. So we got football tonight, and, of course, senior day for Vanderbilt against Kentucky on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to the game. 2:30 game, ESPN, a lot of eyeballs.
Their next two games are 2:30.
It's a big
Tennessee game.
But let's worry about Kentucky, man.
Yep.
This game tremendously worries me.
Oh.
Not because I think Vanderbilt will fall to Vanderbilt of old, but this Kentucky team could wreck a season on Saturday.
Is this the T word?
No, I don't think it's no. I think those will come early in the season.
Okay. I'm with you because it's like Vandy is in a situation that they have never been in ever, 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 and may never be again until we see it.
Yeah.
And that is they truly control their own destiny. I mean, they're going to have some help, but if all they got to do is win out, and then who knows what's going to happen. And I'm scared to death that they're going to step on their shoestring and trip at something.
Well, we went over the Oklahoma schedule, the Utah schedule, the BYU schedule, and what has to happen. And it's still possible. But if Vanderbilt loses, none of it's possible. So you just take care of the business on your own. Hopefully you get some help. Oklahoma's got to play Missouri. I don't think Oklahoma beats Missouri on Saturday. I don't. And so there's a 3-loss team for Oklahoma. Vanderbilt get up 10-2. Problem is, if Texas goes and upsets Texas A&M at 9-3, they take Texas over Vanderbilt at 10-2. And your boy Herb Street's going to get on there and talk about how Texas deserves it and all the other nonsense, and hope we can mute him and shut him up and all the other stuff. But there's some things that have to happen.
He's not my boy, but I think he does a good job.
Boy, big time. So what happens if Vanderbilt loses one of their games? It's done. But if they win and get a little help, man, anything is possible. They could squeeze in the college football playoff. But these teams got to lose. Texas got to lose to A&M. Oklahoma's got to lose another game. Utah's got to get beat by either, I think they play Kansas or Kansas State, lose. BYU plays Cincinnati or UCF. They got to lose. Get them out of there.
Well, next week, every Vanderbilt fan probably needs to learn a phrase, and that is War Eagle. I mean, there's no question. Like, Auburn needs to beat Alabama.
But I still think at 9-3, Bama gets it over 10-2 Vandy.
Head-to-head.
I still think that they look at that.
Yeah.
And then and Herb Street's going to go on and say how Bama deserves it more than Vandy.
Stop picking on Herb Street.
I'm always going to pick on it because we did to Florida State 2 years ago.
He's got cute dogs.
So you had a cute dog. I had a cute dog.
No.
Does it make any difference? Jake's got a cute dog.
Do
Jakey, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So, right? Yeah.
There you go.
So I'd let it play it on the field and don't try to wield your influence anyhow, somehow. I don't like that. Stay away.
Okay. All right. We'll come back with more, and hopefully I won't get duped again. Jason Big Joe on this Thursday, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. If you're looking to upgrade where you're living, you will love this. Let me tell you about City Limits apartment homes nestled perfectly between Spring Hill and Columbia. Wouldn't it be great living in a place where modern sophistication meets unsurpassed features and resort amenities? Absolutely. Well, you can at City Limits Apartments, modern luxury living between Spring Hill and Columbia, offering 1, 2, or 3 bedroom apartments. You'll feel as if you're living at a resort. And you know what? You deserve that. The website, live at citylimits.com. Live at citylimits.com for more. And if you lease now, you get 2 months free. The amenities are on another incredible level, and I invite you to see for yourself because you will love it. So check out City Limits Apartments between Spring Hill and Columbia. Again, the website, live at citylimits.com. I'll say it again. Your job's hectic. Your work is hectic. Your life is hectic. Where you live should be perfect. City Limits Apartments between Spring Hill and Columbia. That is perfection. The website again, live at citylimits.com. Welcome home.
Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Eddie Murphy bringing us back here on this Thursday at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Our question of the day earlier in the show, Joe, we had a lot of answers to this.
Our question, if the Titans were a chain restaurant, what chain restaurant would they be? 615-737-1025. If the Titans were a chain restaurant, which chain restaurant would they be? And the responses were,
I feel like
amazing.
Crystal got the most.
Yes. Looks good from afar.
Yeah.
You test it out a little bit, and then you're sick to your stomach.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Crystal, especially if you've grown up in the South, is a staple, especially if you're once were a college student.
Yeah.
At 2:30 in the morning, it soaks it all up.
It's the best, the absolute best.
Yeah.
Used to be one in Donaldson. It's gone now, which broke my heart. But I don't even know. I think there's a Crystal in Lebanon. Is there another Crystal anywhere else? I know there's one in Lebanon.
There's one on Charlotte Pike by my house.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Glad it's not by my house. I'd stop all.
It has been and I hate doing it, and I'm better about it now because I'm getting older and like more cognizant of, being healthier.
Yeah.
But like there have been times where like if I work late and I'm hungry at like 10 o'clock at night that I've swung through there and I don't. I don't know.
Proud of you.
Just
go eat an apple and go to bed.
Yeah. Basically.
You know how many times I've had that, like, I'm not going to stop, and I stop. It's like Crystal has a tractor beam that just pulls you in. If you look at it, they pull you in, and next thing you know, you've got a 10 bag of Crystals, which is easy to eat.
If you're trying to cut cravings, apple cider vinegar shot, or just chew some gum.
Apple cider vinegar shot?
Yeah.
No, can't do that.
Every morning.
Huh. Okay.
Like a shot. Like you pour a shot of that every morning.
Yeah. Get a tablespoon of it or just get a shot glass of it and just take it back.
Where do you learn some of these things?
Right.
My uncle and just a lot of things online. I do my own kind of investigating.
Okay.
You're like a walking farmer's almanac.
You really are. Like you have.
What kind of win are we going to have?
Hey, you can also do olive oil. It helps your skin out.
Yeah.
Helps your scalp?
Skin.
Oh.
I've heard that one.
Okay.
Well, and like if you're like this time of year when sickness is going around, your voice is kind of, singers do this, broadcasters do this. I've been told this before. You gargle whiskey. You don't swallow it. You gargle it and then spit it out.
Really?
And it helps the vocal cords.
So my grandmother told me to swallow it.
Yeah, well, I guess you could, but
in between her dropping cigarette ashes into the breakfast in the morning and yelling at me. Yeah. But that's been an old staple. Honey oil, like honey and whiskey and all that.
Well, like a hot toddy.
Hot toddy.
Did you ever have a hot toddy? Yeah. So
more than once.
That's a Southern remedy, I would say.
Yeah. Yes, it is. More than once.
Let's see. David James said Captain D's.
Why? I like Captain D's.
I like Captain D's.
Yeah. David James is probably hungry. Like, I don't know.
Let's see. 2765 says Golden Corral. A lot to eat, but nothing tastes good.
That's really good, man.
Lenny might have won. Losers.
It's not it is a chain.
It's
I
a
guess,
local
right?
chain. Jason in Clarksville says Denny's.
There's only one Denny's, right, in Dixon. Is that what we're told? And there's one in Kentucky, but not like one around here.
Adam in Portland, we are Dairy Queen without the ice cream, just cheese, curds, and garbage.
I always wonder why people stop by Dairy Queen to get something besides ice cream.
The Tasty Freeze, known for soft serve ice cream. Emphasis on soft.
That's a good one.
People are telling us where the crystals are.
Yes, please let me know.
There's one in Hendersonville. We just had a caller.
Yeah. Todd in Gallatin says Crystal in Goodlettsville, Hendersonville, and Gallatin, and then sends us a picture.
Yes.
Of him. Are those cheese crystals? Those are good.
God, oh man, now I want one. I want about 8 of those.
Yeah. Taco Bell. That joke tells itself.
I mean, if they put
Taco Bell.
If they put Crystal burgers at $0.25, you'd sell out. Right? I don't know. They're like 99 cents now or whatever. But if you pay $0.25, we would eat them, those things nonstop. So there you go. I'll be marketing manager for Crystal. And then like, hey, we got record profits. Well, you're welcome.
I mean, it look, people still know it.
What's your dumb comfort food?
Chinese food.
So good, right?
Yeah. Like I love China. So true story. And if Ricky's listening, he can back this up. When we were in Vegas, staying in a beautiful luxury hotel, we ate at the same Asian restaurant 3 straight nights.
You should, if it's good.
And it was fantastic.
Right.
There's something about, I don't know, there's something about a casino and Chinese food.
We did it in
just
Albany.
Kind of goes together.
Same
We did it in
thing.
Albany. Yeah, you're right. It just goes together.
I love it. It's good.
Here's the one you said earlier, Scott and Waverly, Chick-fil-A because they're not open on Sunday.
Yes. I finally had something funny to say once.
Brian says Taco Bell only enjoyable when drunk.
That's par for the course, man.
Yep. So there you go. Great participation on that.
It really is.
It is. We appreciate it. Hey, we're excited tomorrow. Jordan Tutu is going to join the show. His obviously this is perfect for us because Jordan has been very open about his battles with mental health and depression, and he's been sober for over a decade now. His brother struggles and everything, and there's now a movie about this and about his life that he's going to tell us about tomorrow. He's going to be in Smashville coming up Saturday night. So looking forward to talking to him, one of the most popular Predators players of all time, and one of our favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
He was early in my career, was extremely kind to me, and he knew our buddy Dave Hall, the late great Dave Hall, very well. So it'll be cool to talk to Toots, as they call him, again.
Yeah, I still have the jersey. I got the whistle,
the Tutu whistle
from him, and he is my all-time favorite Nashville Predator player because he was just he stood up for his teammates, man, and that was beautiful.
He is a good man, that is for sure. So we'll talk to him tomorrow. But coming up next, what day is it? And celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. Our favorite, the mayor of Omni, Todd, is in the house as well. So we always appreciate when he comes by.
He is the mayor.
He is.
Runs unopposed like 18 years in a row.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So we'll be at Side Piece tomorrow. So looking forward to that, a new place. So excited to go check that out and be there as the Chase and Big Joe World Tour continues.
It's on 2nd Avenue, right? Is that where we gathered downtown? So be a lot of fun, man. Big weekend ahead. A lot of things going on. Looking forward to it. Grateful for the journey.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right. First on the list, we have Beautiful Day today. So, yeah, that is what is here. Future Teachers of America Day. Let's see. Globally Organized Hug a Runner Day. Interesting. Great American Smokeout Day. Always love that.
Now, is that to stop smoking cigarettes or cooking out?
It is to stop lung cancer. So
yeah.
Okay.
Right. But that just reminded me of the day that we had the Great American Meat Out Day.
Yeah.
Right?
That too.
Nick almost got arrested.
Name your PC day is today. Name your PC day is today. So personal computers. National Absurdity Day. Let's see.
That's this show every day.
Right?
Next on the list is National Rural Health Day. It's celebrated on the 3rd Thursday of November. Interesting. Let's see. Social Enterprise Day. World Pancreatic Cancer Day is today. World Children's Day. Use Less Stuff Day. And last but not least, gentlemen, National Peanut Butter Fudge Day.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to say, I feel like you're editing these some.
No, not at all.
Okay.
There's a couple on here that I will not name because I would like to keep my job. So.
Oh, but see, those are the best ones.
Well, yesterday was it yesterday's World Zinfandel Day?
Yes, it was. It was the annual Zinfandel Day.
That might be the funniest moment on this show.
I mean, there is one I am leaving out. It's a wine. It's called, oh boy, it's like a French word. Beaujolais Noir Day. I don't know.
Hey, I think that was pretty close, actually.
Bourgeois. No, I'm not. Okay. Beaujolais Noir Day. I'm not French. I'm Italian.
Okay, that's fine.
That's not bad.
Right?
You did good.
Expect you to get it dead on, but you're good.
I expect a lot.
I'm not French. I'm Italian. Like that. Oh, okay. Like you get a pass.
I do.
All right. Time for celebrity birthdays.
That's the name of your book.
You got to get these birthdays within 2. Celebrity
With the captain hat on.
Celebrity birthdays brought to you by possibly you.
Together at cromwellmedia.com. Ask for Sean.
All right. Here we go. First birthday on the list. How old is, Chase, you go first, Joe Walsh from the Eagles. Joe Walsh.
We just talked to Vince Gill about Joe Walsh. 78.
77.
78 exactly. Dr. Crane, you get to go. Bo Derek. Do you even know who Bo Derek is?
Yes.
All right, how old's Bo Derek?
I'm going to go with, oh boy. I'm going to go with 73 because she was in Tommy Boy, wasn't she?
She was.
Yeah.
That's not a bad guess, but I'm going to say 64.
69.
Nice.
Chase, you go. Joel McHale was in the TV show Community. He's been to a bunch of other things. Joel McHale.
58.
56.
54. Dr. Crane's on the board. 2-1. Dr. Crane, you get to go. Dirks Bentley, our good friend Dirks Bentley.
I want Dirks on the show.
Well,
we got to make that happen. Dirks, if you're listening, please come on our show.
I feel like he's a fringe late 40s, early 50s. I'm going to go 47.
48.
49. Dr. Crane got Price righted there. 3-1 Chase. Chase, you have to go now. How old is Joe Biden, Chase? Today's Joe Biden's birthday.
The former president is 82.
84.
83. That's a push.
Yeah, that is a push.
Chase up 3-1. All right. How old, Dr. Crane, to go? How old is singer Norman Greenbaum? He's saying Spirit in the Sky.
70.
That's what I'm going to do on my imaginary keyboard here. 77.
What'd you say, Dick?
71.
83. Wrong on that one. Chase, you go broadcast journalist Judy Woodruff. How old is Judy Woodruff today?
Married to Bob Woodruff?
Incorrect.
Okay. 72.
77.
79. Dr. Crane's on the boards. 3-2 now. This is getting good. Here we go. Dr. Crane, you need to go. Sean Young, Ray Finkel from Ace Ventura. How old is Ray Finkel from Ace Ventura?
63.
65.
66. Chase is up 4-2. Chase, you go. Rapper Mike D of the Beastie Boys.
58.
59.
59.
Nice.
4-3 now. Dr. Crane, you get to go. Rapper Sin Dog of Cypress Hill.
Wait, 4-3.
63.
That's a good guess. 57.
60. You guys are right in the middle of that. Chase, you get to go. Country singer Josh Turner.
46.
52.
48. That's Chase points. He's up 5-3. Dr. Crane, you get to go now. How old is Mark Gastineau from the New York Sack Exchange?
73.
63.
69. Chase, you go. Carlos Boozer, former NBA star.
Went to Duke?
That's correct.
47.
49.
44. And last one here, Dr. Crane. They're from Mount Juliet, but the bass player from Kings of Leon, Jared Followill. Or they're Oklahoma, moved to Mount Juliet. There's a Mount Juliet connection somewhere.
They're from here. They're from there. They've been around.
How old is he? It's his last chance. You're down 5-3.
I'm going to go 43.
44.
He's 39. Chase wins 5-3. You tried, Dr. Crane. You
did.
gave an
You did a
effort.
good job.
Valiant
Not bad.
effort.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Great
You did
job.
a good
James.
job. Thank you for everybody with your kind words today when we were talking about kind of how we do a show. We got a few texts that were very, very nice. So we appreciate that. We have fun every day and try to make the world a little bit better.
We do. Many thanks to Scott Hamilton. His event, again, is on Sunday, 4 o'clock, Bridgestone Arena. Go. I'm telling you, go. It is beautiful. It's cool. And like we said earlier, you just shut out the outside world for a few hours and see these amazing skaters at Bridgestone. That's Sunday afternoon. So please go and do that. As we leave every show, every time, to our guys out there, we tell you all the time that we love you. If you're struggling, going through something, please reach out, talk to somebody. We have all the information on our page, so please go look at it. You can contact any of us at any time if you need to talk. We tell you all the time that our world is a better place because you are here. And there's people who love you. There's people, when they think about you, they smile. There's people who love to see you. Know that, those people in your life. So no matter whatever you're going through, man, you got this, and we're here for you. Remember, we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll DVD coming your way next. Barry Trotz at 4 o'clock today. Elliot Friedman at 5. You won't want to miss it. That is all ahead, and then we're back at it from the side piece at noon tomorrow on 102.5 The Game.